Hey, are you taking a break now and you're watching my YouTube video? Stop. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You don't want to do anything that is going to put your dopamine system into overdrive, all right? It is going to kill your productivity and you're going to lose the benefits of the productivity system that you're using. All right, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do and why it makes me more effective and why maybe what you're doing, especially if you're watching this video right now, is not the most effective thing and it's probably killing your productivity. It's probably messing you up. You don't even realize it. So first of all, the main thing that you need to understand is that your brain, the motivation that you have in life is based on your dopamine. Now, in the modern society that we live in today, where we have cell phones, where we have TV, where we have video games, where we have pictures of naked women on the internet, there is a ton of stuff that will distract you and will give you dopamine hits. I remember when I was a kid, we'd go to the video rental store and there'd be new video games, like maybe that come out once a week, and that's it. There wasn't thousands and thousands of games to play. They weren't as addicting. There wasn't as much engagement. There wasn't a cell phone. There wasn't messages and email and all that stuff that gives you this dopamine hit, or social media especially. So what you want to do is you want to avoid those things, because what happens is that your brain gets trained on these dopamine responses from these things that give you these dopamine rushes. And what ends up happening is that your work doesn't become motivating to you. And so what we want to do in life, as much as possible, if you want to be effective, you want to make money, you want to build a business, become successful, is we want to make sure that we do not activate our dopamine. So we want to avoid as many dopamine hits as possible so that when we actually sit down to do work, that's exciting, that's interesting. When we go to read a book, that's exciting, that's interesting. When we go to work out, that's exciting, that's interesting. So we want to get back to being bored. When I was a kid, I used to say, Mom, Dad, I'm bored. But kids today, that's never the case. They're never bored. We want to get back to being bored, because when we're bored, that's when this stuff will be interesting. So if you've been having trouble, like if you want to build a business and you're trying to get that off the ground, by the way, if you want some help building, check out the link down below for the Bulldog Mindset membership. I've got a ton of content in there about how to build a business from the ground up, how to be productive, how to have the mindset for success, and how to build true wealth. So go check that out. But anyway, if you want to be able to do that stuff, you need to have the motivation. And if you're doing stuff that is giving you big dopamine hits all the time, you're not going to have the motivation. So this brings us to the actual question: is what do you do during that 5-minute break? What you should do during that 5-minute break is you should do something that does not engage your dopamine receptors, that does not give you a high. Most people are making a mistake and they're like, I have a 5-minute break. Let's see, I'm gonna watch YouTube videos. That's fun, that's interesting. Dopamine hit. I'm gonna check the messages on my phone. Dopamine hit. I'm gonna check on social media. Dopamine hit. I'm gonna go look at, what you shouldn't be looking at on the internet. No, dopamine hit, massive dopamine hit. I'm gonna go get a snack. Dopamine hit. No, don't do any of those things that are gonna be dopamine hits. And what's gonna happen too is that you're gonna go over your 5 minutes. Because if you're doing something that's a dopamine activity and you were doing some quote boring work, which shouldn't be boring to you, but it's only boring to you because of modern society today, then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna be tempted to make 5 minutes turn 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, pretty soon the whole day is gone. It's happened to me before. In fact, leave a comment down below. Give me a like on this video if that's happened to you. Leave a comment down below or give me a like. Let's just put a thumbs up. Let's see how many likes we get on this, because it certainly happened to me many, many times. So you want to avoid those activities. So what should you do? Okay, I'm gonna give you some options. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing right now. So what I do right now is this. I read a book. I just read for 5 minutes, set my timer, read for 5 minutes. Why do I do that? There's a lot of reasons why I do that. One of the main reasons is because I don't want to trigger my dopamine system. Reading a book isn't that exciting. It's not that interactive. It's boring, a lot of people would say, but it's exciting to me because it's what I get to do on my 5-minute break. So I am training my brain to enjoy reading and to see that as a reward. And I'm not activating my dopamine system because it's not a huge dopamine hit. It's not like playing a video game on my phone or texting or checking my email and stuff like that, okay? So that's why I'm doing that. And then also, if I do 10 Pomodoro in a day and I do 5-minute breaks, that's 50 minutes of reading of extra that I'm getting a day. If you read 50 extra minutes a day, you're gonna read an extra book a week, approximately, maybe even more than that. That's a lot of knowledge that you can gain. So that's what I do, but there's a lot of other things that you could do as well. Here's a great one. Nothing. Just sit there for 5 minutes. Don't do anything at all. Just be bored for 5 minutes. At the end of that 5 minutes, you're gonna be ready to get back to work. You'll be like, this is boring. And your work is gonna be more exciting. Another thing that you could do, which is very similar, is meditate. You can go and meditate for 5 minutes. And if you meditate for 5 minutes, 10 times a day, or however many Pomodoro you're gonna do, you're gonna get some serious meditation done. It's gonna help you be at peace and to be a lot more productive. Another thing that you can do is you can do a little bit of a workout. You can do some push-ups, some sit-ups, maybe have some weights around. Again, it's not something that's gonna give you a big dopamine rush because it's not super exciting and fun to work out. But if you do that, then you're going to be training your brain to say that when I'm on a break, I'm not doing something super exciting. I'm not gonna do something that's gonna distract me. If you want some help with all this stuff, if you really wanna be super productive and become the best version of yourself possible, click the link down below, join us in the Bulldog Mindset membership. It's all about men that are trying to improve themselves financially, mentally, physically, and in their dating lives as well. So go check that out. And like I said, I've got my whole productivity system in there, which you can check out and learn from. And hey, you know what? Next time that you have a break, as much as I love you watching my videos, don't watch my videos. Instead, schedule a time after you're done with your work that you can watch videos and you can keep up on the channel and everything like that. But don't take the dopamine. If you want to watch the video next, I would recommend on how I plan my week. It's up in the cards or it'll be suggested here. Go watch that video so you can get into the productivity system. That's going to help you a lot.